subscribe and put notification on.
In Capital News tonight, President Samia Suluhu Hassan launches 6 integrated justice centers. "45 cargo wagons have arrived at the port of Dar es Salaam. And in sports, Taifa Stars head coach Kim Paulson says they are ready to face Benin in the World Qualifiers. Hello and good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. I am Nasma Mwambe. Let's kickstart with the national news. President Samia Suluhu Hassan has directed all primary courts in the country to make sure they oversee justice systems, as the country cannot make any progress if justice systems do not adhere to laws and regulations. President Samia Suluhu Hassan gave the directives in Dodoma at the launch of 6 integrated justice centers in 5 regions built at the cost of 51 billion shillings.
Hatuwezi kupata mafanikio tunayotarajia endapo wasimamizi na wadau wa mfumo wa utoaji haki nchini.
We cannot reach our expectations if those in charge and stakeholders in the system of giving rights in the country will not fulfill their responsibilities without abiding to laws and regulations. This means that we might have modern buildings with various services. If the judicial attendants will not be ethical, then it will be difficult to serve justice. I urge you to supervise good provision of services in primary courts, because many complaints are raised from that level.
61 watumishi wote wa mahakama, majaji na mahakimu walikuwa wazungu.
In 1961, all court attendants were foreigners and the Chief Justice was Britain. Today, all court attendants are Tanzanians. These are mega achievements.
Mradi wa Benki ya Dunia kwa kukubaliana na serikali na mahakama ilitambua kwamba wanawake.
From World Bank project, in collaboration with the government and court, discovered that women, disabled, children, and those living in difficult conditions do not get equal opportunities. In order to empower this minority group, we must come up with a special plan to ensure their rights becomes priority.
Haki zao zinapewa kipaumbele.
45 train wagons have arrived at the port of Dar es Salaam. The Minister of Works and Transport, Professor Makame Mbarawa, said the wagons will help to reduce the problem of congestion of cargo at the port, as well as destruction of roads caused by lorries carrying heavy cargo.
TRC mna jukumu kubwa kwa sababu kuna hiyo tabia.
TRC have huge responsibilities, although you have a tendency of fallen wagons despite their engines being changed often. This means there is a problem somewhere. From these new engines, I want them to sustain for a long time. If a train master will be involved in fallen wagons, they must be dismissed.
Ni mfululizo, tulikuwa na project, ilikuwa ni mradi mkubwa.
There is a big project of constructing railways, and these new wagons and about 6 engines are going to be used in carrying containers to Isaka.
A fire has gutted a sunflower oil processing factory that was depended by on residents from Litola and neighboring wards in Namtumbo district, RUVUMA region. The fire destroyed all assets in the factory, including machines and oil.
Around 3 a.m., I saw ashes spreading around. When I opened the door, I noticed that it was fire.
Kiwanda hiki ni kiwanda ambacho kwa kata hii Ndio kiwanda kilichokuwa kinategemewa na kata za jirani.
This is a factory that is dependent mostly in this ward and even neighboring wards. My call to the government is to ensure that villages are equipped with fire trucks because electricity is now available even in villages.
Lakini mara nyingi watu tunawashauri kwamba wasirundike sehemu moja hasa akiwa ya moto. Lakini sasa viwanda kama vile vidogo vidogo vilivyojificha huwa wanakuwa hawatoi taarifa wanapoandaa hizo viwanda vyao. Sasa tukiacha kiwanda kama hicho kimetokea tatizo ndio unaenda unakifahamu.
Citizens in the country have commended President Samia Suluhu Hassan's decision to reduce charges imposed on fuel products by various institutions amounting to 102 billion shillings annually, saying the move will result in drop in prices on various foods and non-food commodities.
Sema hivi, rais wetu kwanza anatupenda.
Our president loves us dearly. That is why she had to reduce prices, so that her citizens will not suffer. Because once fuel prices go up, even transportation charges go up.
Upungufu wa bei za mafuta.
Reduction in fuel prices contributes in decrease in public transport fees. Not only that, even cargo vehicles that bring in farm produces to the markets, once they are affected, then food prices and other commodities will definitely go up.
Kwangu mimi la faida kubwa sana, tena ni sana.
As a boda driver, this move will benefit me, at least to earn profit. I really thank the president.
Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has suspended 3 officers from the tax department from Kilo District Council in Lindi region following allegations of embezzlement of funds and directed Prevention and Combating of Corruption Bureau to investigate them.
Tumeelekeza makusanyo yote lazima yakusanywe kielektroniki na tumeleta vile vifaa vya kukusanyia.
We have directed that all revenues must be collected electronically, and we have brought equipment to do that. In this district, there are about 97 machines, but only 55 machines are active. Where are the rest machines? All that I see here is mere theft. 37 posts are missing and 2 more are in bad condition. Where do you take the revenues to? But another question is, do the revenues match what is supposed to be collected?
The oil pipeline excavation operation to assess sabotage caused by theft of fuel from the port of Dar es Salaam through illegal connections in KIGAMBONI area has reached 1.5 kilometers out of 6.1 kilometers of the pipeline.
Tulianza zoezi tarehe 20 mwezi wa 9.
We started on the 28th of September and we expect to build this pipeline, which is 6.1 kilometers. Today we built 1.5 kilometers.
Waite wenye viti wote wa serikali ya mtaa katika bomba lote lililopita.
You must hold public meetings and speak to them about the government's decision. They should not assume that this is repair work. You must also speak to them about safety. There's a need to learn from the Morogoro incident.
Kuna mitaa mingapi? Mkutano wa mtaa fulani, mmeona bomba limefukuliwa? Ndio. Sasa ndugu zangu, tukishafukia vipo vifaa vitakavyokuwa vinaonyesha bomba kama kuna mtu ameingia.
As the country heads towards marking World Food Day, the Minister of Agriculture, Professor Aldo Mkenda, has said that despite expectations of sufficient harvest, 17 councils are likely to face the threat of food shortage.
This condition has been caused by different reasons, such as poor rainfall distribution and crop disturbances, which came up in 2020-2021 season. The government is making a close follow-up on food security in respective areas.
And that's it for the national news. International news comes next after a short break. Welcome back, and now in international news. The opposition members of parliament who had boycotted parliament meetings for a week in Uganda in protest against the arrest of 2 opposition members of parliament have returned to the House. The member of parliament have said that they will not remain silent on how security organs have been undermining them.
We have come out openly.
We are not returning because everything is fine. No, it is because we have a responsibility to the public. We do not agree with the crimes and injustice. We need our colleagues to be dealt with legally. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has appointed the former head of war-hit Tigray's interim administration as defense minister, one of several shakeups in his new government's 22-member cabinet. More on the report.
Abiy was sworn in for the first time full 5-year term on Monday after his party won a landslide victory in a June election, also topped a new head for the peace ministry. The cabinet was approved on Wednesday by a majority vote in the lower house of parliament, with 2 votes against and 12 abstentions.
In Germany, some states have been lifting the last of their corona-related restrictions. For more on this, we are joined with our DW correspondent, Kate Brady. Now, Kate, can you give us the latest developments on the liftings of COVID-19 restrictions?
Well, cases seem to have plateaued for quite some weeks now, between 8 and 11,000 new cases every day. And the hope is that that will remain the case as Germany heads into the colder months, which means more time indoors in closed spaces. But over the weekend, many states also started lifting most of their remaining COVID-related restrictions. In North Rhine-Westphalia in Western Germany, for example, there's no longer a limit on the number of people, or football fans specifically, allowed into stadiums, for example, but officials are still warning people to act with caution.
What is the situation with vaccination right now?
Vaccinations are ticking along. About 65% of the population has been fully vaccinated, and booster shots are also starting to be rolled out here. More than 800,000 people have been administered a booster shot. The focus here at the moment being on the elderly and people in high-risk groups. Now, the European Medicines Agency, or EMA, also approved booster shots this week, and they said that people with a compromised immune system are recommended a booster at least 28 days after being vaccinated against COVID-19. And booster shots for people with normally functioning immune systems should also be considered, the EMA says, if 6 months have passed since they were first vaccinated. But as I mentioned earlier, booster campaigns have already started in some EU countries. At the same time, the World Health Organization is urging the EU and others to hold off on booster campaigns and focus instead on helping to ensure that other countries, especially developing countries, have enough doses for themselves too. And with that in mind, Germany has delivered some 17 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines to other countries, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
And how is Germany preparing for another autumn fighting the pandemic?
Well, one of the big debates is rules for going inside public places. Many regions are requiring people to prove that they've been vaccinated or are recently recovered from COVID. Other places are also allowing people to go inside if they've only been tested. So that's a debate that we'll certainly see through the winter months, and the possible effects of travel during the half-term school break is also being closely watched right now.
Thank you, Kate, for that update. Until next time, and that's it for the international news. Business comes next after a short break.
Tune in to Business Edition and meet business leaders and experts who'll keep you informed on business and economic developments taking place in the country, such as tourism, construction, energy, transport, mining, agriculture, communication, banking, real estate, and more. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m. only on Capital Television.
Welcome back, and now in business news. Stakeholders in the tourism sector have been urged to look for opportunities to promote this sector internationally at the Tourism Expo that will take place in Arusha from 9th to 16th of October this year.
Afrika Mashariki wametupa heshima Tanzania kuwa nchi ya kwanza kuandaa onyesho hilo.
Tanzania is the first country to organize the festival, and from then each country will host in turn, starting with Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, South Sudan, and later on it will come back to Tanzania.
Wa Tanzania huweza kuandaa onyesho hilo kwa muda wa wiki nzima. Manufaa yake ni makubwa sana.
The Minister of Livestock and Fisheries, Mashimba Ndaki, has directed fisheries officers in the country to stop imposing transport levies on local fish and sardine traders as this hinders development of the sector.
Wizara yako inatumia sheria ipi kumtoza?
What law is your ministry using to charge Tanzanian citizens who are inside their own country when a foreigner comes in to buy sardines and leave without paying tax? I buy from Mwanza and I'm told in order for my sack of sardines to be transported, I must pay. If someone buys sardines from Mwanza or Kigoma or Dar es Salaam and transports it to Mbeya or Tunduma, he is not supposed to pay export royalty.
Au Tunduma hapashi kulipa export royalty.
Mobile phone company Vodacom has marked Customer Service Week by assuring customers that it is committed to improve its services in various areas of the country by using digital technology.
Vodacom inajivunia na huduma ya Sauti Pass.
Vodacom boasts with a voice pass service or Sauti Pass. This service helps you to use your voice as your password. And if you have forgotten your password, you can use your voice, and that the challenge has been solved using Sauti Pass, and now your voice becomes your password. We provide financial services such as deposits and non-cash. We offer a variety of services in our stores. We ask our customers to enjoy our services. Due to this mobile pay service, instead of someone walking with a lot of cash on hand, one becomes secured by theft through mobile pay.
Hiyo itasaidia Watanzania wengi sana kuwa secure kutokana na masuala ya wizi na nini.
And that's it for the business news. Sports comes next after a short break.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going to be dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going to be dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Joaquinho, he did lose and then.
Welcome back, and now in sports news. Taifa Stars head coach Kim Paulsen admits Benin's national team has quality, but insists he has prepared his team well to get all 3 points tomorrow in the World Cup qualifier that will be played at Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam.
Maybe some team would have lost all, but you saw Taifa Stars, they fight back, the players, they fight back. And instead of, then we stopped 2-2 and then we moved on and we end of the day we were winning the game. That is the same attitude we will go into the game tomorrow against Benin. We want to go in and show them this is our home ground.
NBC Bank are the new mainland Premier League sponsor after signing a 3-year contract with Tanzania Football Federation.
We have a confidentiality agreement in our contract with NBC, and we are protecting our stakeholders like clubs. And clubs have already been informed. You, as the press, should add the Azam money, plus the TBC money, and the NBC money, and any other one, maybe that comes next week. Keep on adding.
The cyclist caravan heading to Butiama has conducted cleaning activities in Dodoma as part of their plan to sensitize environment conservation.
As usual, today we are commemorating Father of the Nation through actions by doing social work. Nyerere was an environmentalist, and so we are mixing cycling and environment preservation.
Leo tuko hapa Dodoma katika hii wanaita Independence Square.
The former Blancos boss has insisted that Carlo Ancelotti already has enough quality attacking options at his disposal. Real Madrid don't need Kylian Mbappe, according to Fabio Capello, who feels they should be more focused on adding more central defenders to their ranks. Here's more.
Mbappe has emerged as a primary target for Real since entering the final year of his contract at Paris Saint-Germain, who have yet to reach an agreement with the forward of a possible extension. The Blancos submitted 3 unsuccessful bids for the 22-year-old in the summer transfer window, and their club president Florentino Perez has revealed that they are planning to return for his signature in January, but Capello thinks they are neglecting to address a more pressing issue.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of the whole team, thank you for watching and good night.
In Tanzania.
Naam, habari za wakati huu wapendwa watazamaji wetu wa ITV Super Brand Afrika Mashariki pamoja na wasikilizaji wa Radio 1, karibu katika kipindi cha dakika 45, kipindi ambacho kinakujia kila siku za wiki Jumatatu, na hapa tunakutana na watu mbalimbali. Kwa hivyo tunazungumza masuala kutokana na mgeni husika ambaye tunakuwa tumemwalika katika kipindi hiki cha dakika 45. Kwa niaba wenzangu wote ambao tutashirikiana kwa pamoja kukuletea kipindi hiki, mimi ni Farhia Mikle. Karibu sana mtazamaji, tuungane pamoja na msikilizaji mpaka mwisho wa kipindi hiki. Na leo hii tumebahatika kuwa na waziri wa nchi ofisi ya makamu wa rais muungano na mazingira, Mheshimiwa Suleiman Jafo. Tupo na waziri wa nchi ofisi ya makamu wa rais muungano na mazingira, Mheshimiwa Suleiman Jafo. Mheshimiwa Waziri, karibu sana katika kipindi chetu cha dakika 45.
Asante sana Faria, naongeleni kwa kazi kubwa mnayoifanya ITV. Hakika nawafuatilia, mnafanya kazi kubwa sana.
Asante sana. Tunafahamu ofisi hii inahusika na masuala ya mazingira. Pengine kwa sasa nchini Tanzania hali ya mazingira kwa ujumla ikoje hasa?
Kwanza mimi binafsi naomba nimshukuru sana Mwenyezi Mungu. Nimshukuru kwa sababu mwanzo nilikuwa ofisi ya Rais kuhusu swala la TAMISEMI, lakini sasa hivi nimekuwa katika ofisi ya makamu wa rais. Nimshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa sababu mamangu Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan ameniona kuweza kumsaidia katika upande huu, na hili ni faraja kubwa sana kwangu. Na kubwa zaidi ni ofisi yetu, unajua ni ofisi ambayo ina mambo mtambuka sana. Ajenda ya mazingira sio ajenda ya kinchi, ni ajenda ya kimataifa. Dunia nzima inazungumza swala zima mazingira. Na ukiangalia ni ofisi ambayo hata ukiangalia sheria yake inazungumza wazi kwamba kama kuna sheria mbalimbali zinahusu katika eneo hilo, basi sheria ya mazingira ndio sheria ambayo itashika hatamu katika eneo hilo kufanya maamuzi. Hili inakuonyesha kwamba ofisi hiyo ina jukumu kubwa, lakini ukiangalia kwa upande wa mazingira ni jambo muhimu na ni kubwa. Dunia hii leo kwa ujumla wake kila mtu anazungumza kuhusu mazingira, na hata vikao mbalimbali vinavyojadiliwa duniani lazima component ya mazingira inakuwa kubwa sana. Kwa hiyo kijumla niseme kwamba ni ofisi ambayo imejipanga kuhakikisha kwamba Watanzania katika upande wa mazingira tunashirikiana na watu wengine duniani kuhakikisha kwamba swala la mazingira ni swala nyeti, ni swala muhimu. Lazima tuhudumu kwa kama vinavyotakiwa kutokana na miongozo, protocol mbalimbali, lakini lazima mwisho wa siku swala la mazingira liweze kusonga mbele.
Tumeona bado kuna swala la uchafuzi wa mazingira katika maeneo